everybody, and welcome back to Northernlion's challenge runs in the Binding of Isaac. Got a very unusual one today from YouTube user Novastator. He's kind of like a Binding of Isaac challenge run suggestion pseudo-celebrity, I guess. This is like the third run of his I've done. Anyway, this is called Killer Swarm. It's a very unusual and creative run. Basically, I have Spirit of the Night times 4, which causes... well, first off, all those spirit hearts that I have right now, but also, causes your shots to basically stay still. Then I've got my reflections, so they don't only stay still, now they follow me around. Spirit of the Night to kind of fly around and give me increased mobility. Tammy's Head to allow me to create, a bunch of shots, so there's gonna be weird interactions here, and Mom's Heals. So I have no idea what's gonna happen with this run, but I've been assured by him, and this is one of the most highest rated comments, that I've ever seen, as one of the challenge run suggestions, but... I'm assuming I'm going to have very high damage. I'm assuming I'm going to be doing a lot of shooting here. He told me to only use Tammy's Head, which is actually causing some problems here, because for some reason... There we go. Tammy's Head is now finally back in the rotation. We're only going to be able to use Tammy's Head once per room, but he said only use Tammy's Head. Now that I think... That was terrible. Now that I think about that, how's that going to work? We can't just wait for the battery to do everything, because that's going to take 20 minutes per room. But let's try this out here. If I've used Tammy's Head... Oh my god, it split into like 50 shots. That's pretty cool. Well, we're going to be able to use Tammy's Head once per room, at least. The idea that we're only going to be able to use Tammy's Head is going to be somehow impossible. I have no idea how this is going to work. We're going to have a lot of damage. In terms of, like, balancing, I am thinking, we're going to have to... Maybe not take any items except for HP upgrades? That might be a smart idea. Well, and cubes of meat, because who cares about those, really? Actually, you know what? Well... I have no idea. Basically, I'm all over the map right now because there was no kind of, like, limiting factor suggested in the, we should open this golden chest. Why not? There was no, like, hey, don't pick up X or Y in the challenge run suggestion. I apologize for being so scatterbrained right now. I'm actually still a little bit jet-lagged. Oh, there we go. Don't die, shots, I need you. If only we had, like, higher range on those, I think it would be better. He was right, though, when Novastato suggested it's harder than it sounds. You'd think with 4 Spirit of the Nights, everything would be a little bit easier. But instead, I guess what we're just gonna do is focus on creating a swarm that goes around us at all times, thereby allowing us to defeat enemies fairly easily. Oh god, I feel a sneeze coming on. It's the eternal battle. Do I want to have the sneeze and have it come across as somewhat unprofessional? Not that that really matters that much, I guess. Or do I fight the sneeze and then leave feeling unfulfilled like... everyone I've ever had intercourse with. We have Mom's Knife, which we're not going to take, obviously, because that would ruin things. And, of course, inevitably, we get Mom's Knife every time we have a run where we can't take it. And oftentimes on runs where we can take it, so I can't complain too much. I am digging this Killer Swarm from Tammy's Head. Makes it very much easier to kill things than this way right here, which is kind of... The shots, they might not look like it right now. They fly very unusually, shall I say. And it's difficult to control them. Let's see what we've got here. Justice. I knew he was going to take a shot at me, but I ended up... turning out okay there. We got some extra bombs. Might as well go to the shop, because we have money for it right now. I'm not sure what I'm going to buy at the shop, but, you know, if we find something useful, who knows, man. So, I guess, yeah, Tammy's Head starts out as, like, one big shot, and then splits into, like, 50 little shots, that are all fairly high damage as it moves along. It's very weird interactions here. How people come up with these runs is beyond me, but I appreciate that there's people out there like this. Who, right now they're going like what? But people out there like this, the shop's over here, what was I thinking? That have the ability or the creativity to come up with these kinds of runs, because quite frankly, it blows my mind that these interactions are discovered. Like, Sacred Heart times 4 causes tears to stand still. I never would have figured that out, man. We're definitely going to take our Steam sale here. We should probably buy another key as well, just so we can definitely go to the item room on the next floor. And we're going to keep things going here. So I don't know what's going on. With respect to items, I don't want to ruin the interaction of the items that we've got right now, because that's the crux of the challenge run, but I'll probably take all stats upgrades, and just avoid, tier effects like Brimstone and Mom's Knife, which is pretty standard. So I'm going to create a swarm around myself, just going to shoot some Tammy's Head as well, which allowed me to kill Pin basically instantly. We're going to definitely take our HP upgrade, see what Satan's got for sale. I was kind of hoping it would be Krampus. You know what? I think Rage would be very interesting in this situation, so we are going to roll with Rage. And then we're going to go down to the next floor. Plus, I can't resist that sweet headband. Makes me feel like I'm in the Broken Social Scene music video for Fire-Eyed Boy or something. Or, I guess, you know, more accessibly, I'm part of Juno. Anyway, we're just going to create a swarm here. 2 shots should be enough to knock this guy down to the ooze state. It's harder than it looks to aim this. It might seem like I'm just doing really badly. I'm not saying that I'm not doing really badly. What I am saying is that these shots are much more difficult to aim than is traditionally the case. I'm just gonna pop the Chariot card right away because why the heck not? Maybe that'll save me from having to deal with too much assholery here. There we go. Thank you, Tammy's Head. Again, such a weird set or series of interactions that we're having to deal with here. Oh, that totally worked fine. I would actually love more range upgrades. I think if I gave myself, like, maximum range, this run would make more sense because those shots would go basically ad infinitum, I think. We're not necessarily overpowered, we're not necessarily underpowered. What we are, we're like an enigma wrapped in a mystery. I have no idea how our power is gonna, you know, correspond to enemies later in the game. Wow, that was like a single shot that, like, I guess if Tammy's Head hits really quickly, it can basically take out very powerful enemies in a single blast. That's not gonna be able to happen all that often, but when it does happen, it's gonna be fantastic. Even Harlequin Baby's shots kind of just hang in the air as well. This is a weird run. I really enjoy that like high damage potential though, that's for sure. We'll let that bomb take care of business. We'll pick up some keys. We still do we probably don't want to go to the shop on this floor. Instead we'll just go to the item room, bust these dudes up. And with Spirit of the Night, I can be a little bit unorthodox, just kind of hang out over the chasm. Yeah, this is probably worth dealing with. I was just doing, like, the last run, so I was like, oh, man, that's gonna be a tears down pill, because the blue ones were tears down pills in the last run, and they were the only only pills that showed up the entire time, which was super fucking annoying, especially because on that run, I absolutely needed all the help I can get with respect to stats. There's some challenge runs where you can absorb bad stats like that. This was not one of them. Anyway, but you've already seen it in all likelihood. Let's keep firing some shots in there, and now that that is done, we'll just go fight our boss. I think we have no incentive to kind of hang out on the rest of this floor, so we'll just deal with Pestilence. It's awesome. We'll get a second cube of meat. Pestilence died very quickly, and our second cube of meat will give us a second familiar, and Satan is gonna offer us... Here's the deal. I want to take this. Let's take this pill first. Okay. I want to take the Pact, but I'm pretty sure it will take all of our Spirit Hearts away and just give us 2 Spirit Hearts. No, okay, this is good. Now we're rolling entirely on all Spirit Hearts. That's fantastic. Once we get the Polaroid, we'll have a lot of invincibility, but obviously I would love... Let's just check out our shop. I'm going to buy the Spirit Heart for sure. I would love to get the Relic, or I can't take the Nail, but the Relic or the Miter or anything along those lines. That's bad damage. That would allow me to possibly... This is actually a surprisingly risky room because I can't do those drive-by shots that I was doing before. Anything that would allow me to get more Spirit Hearts. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in a very difficult position moving forwards. I almost got hit there by that troll bomb. But certainly, at the very least, we're in an interesting position. And one that should prove to get more and more interesting as time goes on. Especially if I can manage to avoid taking damage and somehow... turn the advantages I have right now into advantages moving forward. It's so weird because I can't actually shoot enemies like directly in front of me. That's gonna change things too. I've got to shoot kind of where I'm gonna be in a second, if that makes any sense at all, which it might not. But I totally forgot that we have Rage. That's gonna allow us to you know, do more damage as we move along here. Really thought those flies would die kind of as collateral damage when that bomb went off, but no such luck, I guess. We are still looking for item room and shop on this floor, and it's a very intriguing run so far. Meat Boy's shots and Harlequin Baby's shots also just continue to hang in the air. Very weird. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to... I don't need to blow up this TNT, I can just pick all this stuff up. Always forget that I have flying. And I still don't 100% know how to aim these shots, but it doesn't really matter all that much all the time. Because as long as they hit, they do crazy damage. Whether they hit is up in the air, but it's okay for now. I really could use like a halo of flies or something, because the way that I dodge using this strategy kind of necessitates me being a little bit aggressive. You basically got to get fairly close to the enemy at some point or another in order to be able to do damage to them. Because I can't, like, no matter how high my range goes, it doesn't matter if I can never swing by these guys, as you can see right here. That guy is taking a lot of damage, but that's okay. We're only looking for item room and boss room remaining on this floor. I'm trying to think of what bosses are going to be impossible. And I was thinking at first, like Mask of Infamy is going to be a fucking disaster. But actually, now that I think about it, he might be really easy because I'll just end up accidentally hitting him all the time. Obviously, Game Kit is off the table because we are primarily using Tammy's Head. So let us move onwards. We have some golden poop in here. If I can hit that. You know I want to hit that. Because I need that money to go to the shop and possibly buy the map. Do I want to buy the map, though? We have the money. I think it might be better for me to just save that money and use it on a future floor. Or a future shop, I should say. On a future floor. Because obviously the shop on the current floor only contains an item that I don't really need all that much. Map's usually good. I'm probably going to regret not taking the map at some point, especially since it usually pays for itself with secret rooms. But that's my decision and I'm sticking to it. Let us go fight whoever the boss is here. It's going to be, this is the first time I think I've ever fought the yellow version of this boss. This is weird. I wish I'd hit him a little bit more with those Tammy's headshots, but you can't always get what you want. I hope this guy doesn't spawn any extra enemies, when he... Well, I was tapping that button the whole time. I should really just, yeah, hold the keys down. Or does that work? I think it works. I really hope he doesn't spawn any extra enemies when he dies, but I'm guessing that he's going to. Maybe this is a huge HP version of this boss. Actually just gives money every time this segment dies. That's probably the best possible champion version of this boss we could hope for. Tears upgrade is something. It allows us to fire a little bit faster as we go down to the depths part 1. So far, so good. Might be actually a labyrinth floor here, so I'm going to take a sip of my water and rehydrate a little bit. Voice is still a little bit hoarse from all the shouting I did at PDXCon this week. So, what do I need here? I would love to get, in addition to what we've got so far, it might ruin it, but if it didn't, I would love to get the bent spoon, like the ability to create homing shots as well, not simply my reflection shots. Our item room is going to be the quarter, which is okay. You know, that's going to allow us to make good use of this last shop, assuming we ever find a key. There are going to be 2 item rooms. Sorry, did I say that was our last item room? We are still going to have one more after this, because we are in the depths XL. Although they only say the depths, which I always found very weird. Obviously, that's, to the best of my knowledge, unintentional. And again, the aiming is kind of awesome, but also kind of infuriating. I like that I have rage, though, so as time goes on, I'll be able to do more and more damage on these, like, very, and rooms with a high enemy frequency. Zombies might be a difficult enemy to take out, or they might be really easy, because, you know, my shots are not going to be necessarily corresponding to where I am or where I'm facing. What I mean to say by that is that I have no idea how to control these, or whether or not it's going to be easier to hit them not knowing what I'm doing as opposed to knowing what I'm doing. Which I don't know what I'm doing. I, again, apologize for the fact that sentence made basically no sense. I don't want to be here, because this is essentially a dead end. But I have to kill this guy now, which is proving to be surprisingly difficult. This is an example of a room that is substantially harder, oh my god, with my existing loadout of items than it would be normally. Finally, that room is over. Let us never speak of that again. Alright, so those guys all died very quickly, and we're going to move onward. Sadly, our health is in a pretty dire state right now, but that was the right way to deal with that room, absolutely. And now I know in the future how to deal with enemies in this state. We kind of want to just create like a circle, but the circle has to have like an orbit that has these enemies pass through it, if that makes sense. I don't know, man. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I can kind of control using like momentum. Like this should, I think, if I just get into a tighter and tighter circle, I should be able to eventually hit these guys, but they can hit me. It's kind of like enemies that are further away are much easier for me to hit. And enemies that move become a substantial problem as well. We're actually running into some issues here. That bomb was smart. It managed to take out a couple of these guys and give me access to 2 spirit hearts. I thought it was only 1, so that's kind of a saving grace right now. We were in a bit of a rough spot, but hopefully that'll change now. We've got the same room that caused us some more problems earlier, but these guys on the outset should be very easy to hit. It's the guy in the middle, which is why I'm trying to take care of him right off the bat. I wonder if we do like a move like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you gotta do like a half circle and then come back down, and your shots will hit him. See, now you gotta... I like these challenge runs where you gotta come up with some dynamic strategy as you play to help you out. Now, obviously, there's a lot of rooms that I'm looking out for on this floor, but I really kind of just want to get to the boss as soon as possible, because I feel like the longer I'm on these rooms, the more damage I'm gonna take, which is standard, really, but especially in this case. Bombs are key. You know what? That's A-okay with me. I want to take out these guts guys, but I also want to get the gluttonies out of the way so that my dodging is not hampered as we move forward. Okay, so there's our shop. That's a bonus to get right now for sure. The fact that we're fighting greed is absolutely terrible. If I'd known that that was going to happen, I definitely would have gone for the map on a recent floor, which probably would have saved us a lot of backtracking here. That was a pretty terrible decision, actually. Not going to mince words on that one. That was fucking silly of me. With these guys slowly dying, don't get caught in the... I knew it. He's always Zelda's the pills. It's just pharmaceuticals, man. It's not that big of a deal. Pill is tears up, though, which is beneficial. I mean, we are going to be losing the cancer trinket very soon, so it's probably in our best interest to get as many tears ups as possible to get this rate of fire going, because, you know, having a lot of tears on the screen is what's really allowing me a little bit of added protection against these enemies. I'm almost like actively creating my own halo of flies at all times. Unfortunately, it's pretty transient. Magnet, kind of useless, because we already have the ability to get whatever item we want just by flying over it, but I oftentimes forget about that, so who knows, maybe I'll start singing the praises of Magnet sometime soon. This is, Novastador was right. I should trust him by now, because this is like the 3rd or 4th challenge run he suggested that's gotten on the channel. But he's right, this is substantially harder than it looks, and this is actually one of those rare floors where I chose where to go fairly effectively. That Eternal Heart might be awesome, it might be terrible. We are going to be fighting 2 bosses here. I say might be terrible, because if I don't have the opportunity to get rid of the red heart it would give me, I assume that I'm going to lose it. But if I don't have the opportunity to get rid of the red heart that it's going to give me, then I am just going to completely shoot that like permanent invincibility from the Polaroid that I would normally have right in the foot. So it's unfortunate, but Monstro 2 is going to die. We're going to take another... I'm just going to stack these HP upgrades now, because I feel like I can now give them to another deal with the devil and find myself in a better position overall. We've already done like 50% damage to Mom's heart. So there is some good stuff to be said about this item combination that we have for sure. We're getting weird slowdown because we've got so much shit on the screen. Again, it's to be expected, I suppose. Mom's heart is going to die next time. Well, actually right now. Now our shots are going to move faster, and this is an interesting predicament here. I don't know how this is going to change what we've got going on. I guess the shots are just going to move with way more quickness around us. Weird item interactions. We got Cat of Nine Tails as well. It's down to the next floor with the Polaroid. And now with 2 hearts that I'm going to try to get rid of at our earliest convenience. That was I'm disappointed with the room that we're at right now. That is for sure. So, I mean, the good news is we still are doing a ton of damage here. The bad news is I'm going to have to deal with 3 bosses, and I'm going to be avoiding the Polaroid, of course, because that's going to cause us to Zelda it above our heads. That is bad damage on my part. 1 more Silkworm, though. And with our Rage, we should be able to kill these monstros extremely quickly. Assuming I could actually hit them, but again, that's going to involve doing some weird-ass circular dodging. It's not even circular dodging, it's like circle strafing at this point, because it's the only way I can do damage to these guys. And we're getting some weird slowdown. Again, that's to be expected. It's so confusing the way these shots are going, because, like, I'm shooting red shots via the Meat Boy and the Harlequin Baby, but at the same time, the enemies are shooting red shots, so I can't tell what's mine and what's the enemies. It's a very weird time to be Isaac right now, and I am getting goddamn killed. It messes with your brain, man. You don't actually aim your shots in this mode, well, this challenge run. But I'm still doing my best. We're not doing very well at all with respect to our health, which makes me actually kind of glad. I feel a little vindicated that I took all of those health upgrades on the more recent floors. I guess I should kind of try to stand over the rocks, be a little bit more defensively minded. There's a lot of red hearts available in case things start to go wrong. These lasers are probably going to be tough, is my guess. We did take a little bit of damage there. I think that was from the green fly, though. Hit the heart. Hit the heart. Thank you. That saves me a little bit of heartache, probably. This is another golden chest. I'm hitting these up religiously because I absolutely need to be able to get a health upgrade or many kind of stat upgrades if I'm going to succeed here. We're in a very difficult spot. There's no point in mincing words, really. You guys can see it for yourselves. With only 2 hearts left, 2 hearts that I only very recently got. If I hadn't picked these up, well, you know, it's hard to say. We would have gotten permanent invincibility from the Polaroid, so maybe we still would have had some health left, but I don't know. I'm happy with the decisions that we've made, but also a little bit disappointed that it looks like it's all going to hell right now. 1 more hit will kill me, and there it's gonna be. That was really fast, actually. Well, thank you to Novostata for that challenge run suggestion. After the last 2 runs, I really feel like I just need a vanilla run to cleanse my palate. These have been 2 short ones and 2 weird ones. But in any case, again, thank you guys for watching. Please continue to suggest and upvote your favorite challenge run suggestions so I can do the ones that I deem most appropriate. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.